Folks, how are you? This is Kurt Von Onen, your host of the Mañana morning check-in, and it is the afternoon, and that's because it's been another busy day here at Mañana, and I just couldn't be happier. I'll just get to it. I'll start covering a couple of things, and as I go into covering this couple of things, I want you to keep in mind, especially if you're new to the channel, I want you to remember that this is not necessarily, this and bragging about how awesome Mañana no Mas is or how smart I am. It's not what this is about. We have been for months now talking about sowing seed and getting ready for the harvest, talking about in terms of leadership, investing in people, adding value to people, adding value to yourself, the different ways to do so. Like, this is a daily Kairos journal that I have. I've got The Leader's Heart, which is a John Maxwell book that deals with scripture and is a daily devotional. And then I've got this 5-minute journal, which was actually my introduction to journaling. Here I am in my 50s, and I'm just now realizing how important journaling can be. And as we talk about the harvest and how things happen, I want to make sure that I communicate in a way that resonates with like you and where you're at, right? So here's the dealio, and I'll put this over here too. I want to make sure I put this in good framework. All last year, content, right? I made content. I make these daily videos. I put up almost a daily post in the Mañana no Mas page. I've got social media that's scheduled out and propagating posts. I've got multiple projects. I've got the keto challenge that's going right now. I've got the challenge connection, showing other people how to run their challenges. I got the Power Sports Academy, where I work with motorcycle dealerships. And I've got the Mañana no Mas platform, where I build these types of online and challenge type platforms, online learning and membership platforms for other companies and individuals that are trying to grow their own initiatives. Okay, so I've got a lot of stuff going on there, and I had to find a way to communicate everything that I can do in a way that makes sense, because you can't be everything to everybody, right? So when it came to the learning material, I made sure that I focused on power sports. And now, even though, telling people how to run a service department for motorcycles is a lot like bicycles, is a lot like boats, is a lot like computers, is a lot like RVs, is a lot like airplanes at a regional airport. Okay, but bear with me here. Again, you don't want to be everything to everybody. So I doubled down on my niche, and I really focused on power sports dealerships, and we're seeing growth in that area now, right? So, but it's been a year, and that's where I want people to recognize like these efforts, and you'll see it. Like Grant Cardone says it didn't happen overnight. Gary Vee says it didn't happen overnight. Don't beat yourself up because you think it takes too long, or you run out of patience, or you're busy comparing yourself to somebody else. That's just not the case. I got a referral from somebody that I was working with 6 months ago. They fell off the face of the planet. I didn't even know how to contact this person. It was like kind of a friend of a friend, kind of like a loose association in a group of people. And that person just made a referral to me that's probably going to help me finish paying my bills for the year. So think of things in these terms. Remember who you are associating with today could be your source of income 6 months, a year, 2 years from now. And so it's super, super important to me when I talk about these things. For instance, today, I didn't even put out a daily email today, right? What I worked on today was, as far as this daily email goes, was what content do I want to put in a way that drives a theme? And I'm really leaning towards going back to journaling again. I brought up journaling with one of my morning clients on a morning call today, and journaling has been going really well for me. And I know that journaling's been going well for another couple of clients of mine. So I thought that I would maybe push another hotspot on this journaling idea, because I really do see that is something that has kind of turned the corner for me and really helped me advance my cause and do what I need to do. Okay, folks, when I think about today, when I think about the Mañana no Mas morning check-in, the call that this is right now, and the fact that it's after 2 o'clock in the afternoon before I'm able to do it, it makes me think back to a year ago just a year, when I was sitting at my workstation going, what can I do? 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 It's only a year later. It's only been a year. I've got appointments every day of the week, except the weekend, because I signed myself out. It's family time, right? But I've got appointments every weekday set for weeks in advance. I've got projects that I'm currently working on or bidding on or moving forward with daily. This comes from discipline. This comes from desire. This comes from having the energy, right? I talk about fitness a lot. I talk about, you can only perform as well as your body will let you. And so, I talk about fitness. Folks, it has been over a year of pushing these initiatives since I left Suzuki in January of 2020. But here I am looking at the situation now and going, what would I do? And this is honest. What would I do if someone offered me a full-time job right now? Would I take that job? Or would I be so attached to the idea of continuing where I'm going? Folks, the money's not in the bank account yet. I can't stress this enough. So many people think they're going to launch a business and be a millionaire, or they're going to have an idea and be a millionaire, or they're going to release a song and it's going to top the charts and they're going to be a millionaire. I don't think that's realistic. But what I do think is that I've lost patience in the past and I've given up on this path before and I've gone corporate only to be disappointed, because I've learned in the corporate world that they don't advance ideas as quickly as I do. They don't adopt new processes as quickly as I would want them to. And I feel trapped within those confines, right? And so for me, maybe this is best, but it's one of those where, I'm open to hearing what someone's got to offer. Don't get me wrong, right? My training background, my writing background, publishing, video editing, website building, all of that stuff, man, you put that into a package and you offer that to a corporation from a project lead standpoint, it's pretty attractive. And somebody might make me a smoking deal where I would have to go, oh man, I got to do this. This will be great. But if you look at the energy I put in this last year and you look at where we're at, where I'm at, I, however we want to phrase this, in terms of potential harvest, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see this happen. Folks, if you remember this time last year, I was doing book reviews from John Maxwell, right? I did the 5 levels of leadership. I did LeaderCast, right? Not LeaderCast, LeaderShift. LeaderCast is a different organization. I did LeaderShift with John Maxwell. I covered the book from Kevin Cope, right? Seeing the Big Picture. All of these are available for replay in the Mañana No Mas Academy, and they're free. I left them in there for free because at the time I felt that was the right thing to do. At the time, I felt like I'm struggling and I just got to add value to people and help other people not to struggle, right? And now here we are, we're coming up over a year of this, with COVID and companies shutting down and layoffs. And I always said there was opportunity in the obstacle, opportunity in the obstacle. I said it. And now I'm seeing the fruits of that. It is coming true. And now I know that there's people that see this every day. I know that there's people that watch this. I know that there's people that listen to the Mañana No Mas podcast. Why? Because I've gone out into the world and people have said, man, I've been listening to your podcast for years. It's brilliant. And it blows my mind because I'm like, well, why didn't you say anything for 3 years? I didn't think anybody was listening. But people do listen. And people are watching this. And people are looking at the Mañana No Mas website because the statistics tell me that you are. And so I just want to assure you, the people that are watching this on a near daily basis, there is light at the end of the tunnel. But like I say, like I've been saying really a lot this last couple of weeks, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort, and you got to think things through. If you've built some awesome website and you're trying to sell some new product or new whatever, have a friend look at it, have a peer, go through the site as a customer and see if they can even identify what you're trying to sell. Lots of times you'll be surprised. You'll build something and you think it's so obvious that people know what you're selling and they have no clue what you're selling. I'll be honest with you. If somebody went to mañananomas.com blind, just went to mañananomas.com blind, had no idea what was in there or what my initiative was, what my platform was, they would probably just think it was a cool, like, self-help and travel fitness / something blog. Let's just be honest, right? So do I need to work more on identifying what services and goods I offer to people, like right up front? Yeah, I do. Absolutely, I do. That's one of the things I need to work on. I need to rebrand that website, right? But I've got other tools, right? I've got kurtvonanen.com that says, hire me as a speaker. I've got vonconcepts.com that says, hey, book your appointment now to hire Kurt as a speaker. Go to this website to, click here to have a learning and membership site developed for your company, right? And I've got a lot of social media that points at these different niched things, okay? But I do know that I probably need to rebrand the mañananomas.com site to be like, hey, what services, right? What services do I offer, or what goods do I sell, right? That needs to be right at the top of the page. Folks, take a moment, stop what you're doing right now, right? When this video is done, which will be done in like 45 seconds, stop what you're doing and really think, am I self-employed or am I looking for work? Because if you're looking for work, double down and start looking really, really hard. It's going to get harder and harder to find, right? Am I building something or am I looking for work? If you're building something, am I clear on who my customer is and what I'm offering them? And then why am I doing that? And if you're clear on those three things and you can articulate that in like a sentence, that sentence needs to be the top of your website. Okay? Bear with me. I know I sound like I'm being crazy today, but I'm excited because I did the work. I sown the seed and the harvest is upon me. And it is the best feeling in the world. And I'm hoping that you can share that feeling as well for yourself.